welcome. I'm the Grim Gamer, and first off, before we go anything further, I'd like to wish everyone a very happy new year. I hope that this 2026 brings the best that it can bring for everybody viewing this today. It's been a crazy couple of years for a lot of people that I know, and I just really hope that this year brings out the best in all of us. Before I go any further, if you like this video, please go ahead and like it. I'd love to reach a goal of 10 today. And comment if you have any ideas down below, or if you'd like to collab or anything. Finally, subscribe so that you can get updates on this channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can actually get those notifications pushed to you. This video today is going to be covering if Marvel Rivals is dying. I know that this is a very interesting concept because a lot of people actually think that this game is dying, but I'm here to tell you I do not personally believe that it is going to die in 2026 and it's actually going to flourish. I'm not here to say that it does not have its issues. This game does have a lot of issues, and there's a lot of improvements that can definitely be made on it. I'm going to be going through those issues today, starting with matchmaking. Matchmaking is a very common issue that a lot of people find to be a problem within this game. A lot of people believe that you go into a match and it's very unbalanced, which I can definitely see it in some points because I've gone into so many matches at so many different times, and it's either a landslide victory or you're just getting absolutely destroyed by the other team. And obviously when that happens, it feels like the matchmaking in this game is not the greatest. I can say that I feel like it's gotten somewhat better, especially once the seasons go on for a little bit, like after it gets down from that initial hype. I feel like it starts to even out quite a bit. In that beginning of a season, or even like half of the season, it definitely does have some unbalanced matchmaking. Because there's a lot of new people coming, not necessarily new people, but there could be some new people, and then there's a lot of old people coming back to play the new content, and they're not usually playing, so they may not be as good at the game as others who are like grinding and playing this game a lot. So obviously those kinds of factors are definitely going to make matchmaking very difficult, and it's going to make some people believe that it is very unbalanced. For me personally, as of late, I have not had as many problems with matchmaking. I can also say that matchmaking is not just like a quick play issue. I can definitely see it being across the board competitive and quick play. But for me personally, I've been having some good luck with it lately. I've actually been having some really solid games where it's actually kind of fair, I'd say. A lot of it also just depends on the team comps and like what that other team is playing versus what you're playing, because that can also determine a lot of that matchmaking as well. Another aspect I'd really like to go over is the power creep. Power creep has become a huge issue in the game, and I'm pretty sure that everybody can agree with me on that. We have like these super overpowered characters such as, you know, Penny Parker, Moon Knight, so many, Magneto, Hela, Phoenix. The list goes on, and these characters should be good. Absolutely, they should definitely be viable in the game, but why should they be significantly more powerful than others? Because everyone should have like a relatively fair shot in the game, I'd say. Everyone has different play styles, everyone has different characters that they want to play, but when it comes to characters like Black Panther, Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Black Widow, and even Adam Warlock, who they've all just been kind of left in the dust. Especially Black Panther, like you can't even use him anymore because of how much he's just been left. Hulk, same way. There is no tank out there that like does well. Let's put it this way. If you were going to do really well with Hulk, you could do the same amount of stuff but put in less work with a different tank. And same goes with Black Panther. Spider-Man is not really a great character to play anymore because his tricks are really just to pull people off the map. He's not going to be viable in that battleground. He can only really pull people off the map, so his abilities are very map dependent. And granted, I hate Spider-Man. I know a lot of people out there hate going against a good Spider-Man as well, but it should be fair for all characters so that people who want to play them have the ability to play them, whether it's a matchmaking issue or not, whether it's like a generally liked character. Like, think about it, Spider-Man is one of the most recognized Marvel characters, so why is he struggling so bad in the scene in any map or any game? Because his powers just don't really work anymore. Adam Warlock, like, lore-wise, is like a god, but in the game he doesn't even have like a way to get away. All he does is walk, and then he dies, and he can get away and revive himself, but he doesn't have flight like he does in the comics or even in the movies. So I feel like what I'm saying here is power creep has become a problem. There definitely have to be some nerfs or some significant buffs to certain characters. But if we just keep buffing everybody, then we're just going to keep running into this problem. I feel like some nerfs would be actually very beneficial, as much as it could be problematic for some people who are like maining some of those characters. But in the end, I think it would be really good, and it would offer some good balance there. Another quick issue that needs to be talked about is the file size. Obviously, my computer players out there are going to know that the file size has become absolutely massive. In the beginning of the game, it wasn't as big, but now it's really become huge because of all the updates, which I'm not saying updates are bad. Updates are wonderful. But I feel like the developers need to find a way to reduce the file size, or at least make some adjustments in the game so that these computer players are not having to download such a massive game to be able to play. It also just causes lag, it causes other things, and it makes it harder for anyone to be able to play too, even on console. If this size just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, then what other games are you going to be able to have, and like what other it could end up causing more and more problems because of how big that file is and how much it takes to load. I was thinking, maybe, since I'm just spitballing here, I know a lot of people don't love Resource Rumble, myself included. Everyone I play with does not love it. So if they're going to try to reduce the file size, maybe they could cut out some things like that, so that at least something is taken out. I know that not a lot of people are really wanting to play that game. I think the main consensus on it is that it's not really liked. People would much rather have it gone than continue to play it with a massive file size. But let me know if you think differently down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you on that. And generally, that goes with anything in this video. This is just personal opinion and what I've seen, and like the reports that I've seen from people, and just general ideas that I've seen floating around, as well as mixed with my own personal beliefs. But if you guys think something differently, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and maybe we can talk about it. Another issue is the casual versus the competitive balance. Now, obviously, something that might be really tiny for a casual player is going to really throw off the competitive scene. So, like, I know a lot of people were very upset with, like, the Luna adjustment where her ultimate got cut by 2 minutes, or two minutes. That would be awful. 2 seconds. Obviously, when you're just doing quick play, that's not going to be a significant change, because you're just playing quick play. You're going to be playing against players who may not be as good. Doesn't mean that there aren't good players in quick play, but it's not as common. Whereas in competitive, in the upper ranks, that 2 seconds is going to change a lot drastic for like so many people who are relying on that. So if you go one side, like if you pick, or if the developers pick to help out the quick play or like the casual players, that's going to probably end up pissing off the competitive players, because it's going to throw their game off, and vice versa. They can't really win, and they're trying to kind of balance it out, but obviously that's not really working. So they need to kind of pick more towards the casual side, I believe, because this game is definitely more of a casual based game. But they really just need to find that identity for the game and figure out where they want to take it, so that, yes, one side is going to be a little upset, but in the long run, it'll be a lot better. this kind of also ties in with the next point I want to make, which is the lack of progression and motivation. A lot of people do not love to just play competitive all the time when they believe the matchmaking is unbalanced. That's something that can be added to this. But there's just not too many rewards that people are finding to be, how do I put it, valuable, or they're really wanting it in order to get to those higher level in competitive. Yes, the skins are cool. Yes, the borders are cool for like your calling card and stuff. But I think people are wanting a little bit more from that, and like the motivation just to get that and like to continue playing the game for not really anything that people are loving is kind of a reason why the player counts have significantly dropped. Another thing that I believe ties into that is like the Twitch drops. People love to watch their favorite streamers. However, the drops that they do are not great. I can speak from experience with myself. They're okay at best. They could definitely use some improvement. Yes, people will just put it in the background and not really watch it and then just get the drops. But there are some people who are actually really wanting to watch this stuff, and the drops just aren't that great. If they did better drops, like better skins or better rewards, I feel like that would have a dramatic impact on that as well. And just overall player count, players wanting to come back, players viewing it, all of that stuff. Going along with what was just mentioned, I did want to talk about the Steam reports, and a lot of people believe that like the Steam reports determine if a game is succeeding or not. And obviously when this game started, it had a really, really high report with like 600,000 players. But obviously when that new game comes out, there's going to be this huge peak that is probably not going to be reached ever again. Once that initial hype dies down, it's going to find more of a balance. And I feel like Marvel Rivals has really reached that now. But it's definitely not dying, I'd say. We're still reaching 100,000 players on Steam every day. It usually peaks around there every 24 hours. And that doesn't even include console gamers, which I myself am a console gamer. And you got to think about the matchmaking that happens, which obviously a lot of people don't love the matchmaking, but think about how quick it is to get into a match. I never have problems to get into a match unless it's competitive and I get onto a higher rank. But other than that, quick play, it happens very quick. No pun intended. But I never find issues getting into a match ever, really, unless my internet is struggling. But generally, I'm able to find a match very quickly with maybe at max, maybe a minute in between. So that in itself shows that there is definitely enough players to make matchmaking possible, which again, if that stuff continues, then the game is probably not going to be dying anytime soon. Those were obviously some issues, but I also want to go over the positives that are in this game, because there are so many positives that I don't think people give it all the credit it deserves for. First off, they release a lot of new content all the time. One hero per month, which I feel like was partially its saving grace for a little bit because this game was starting to struggle, but that one hero a month really made people want to stay, or at least come back once that hero dropped. And think about it, this coming year, here in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Deadpool. Huge name, huge name. And I feel like this next year is going to have a lot more of those. We've already seen leaks for Ant-Man. Well, not really leaks, but Ant-Man has been introduced in the game by their little testing in the New York City area with the Pym particles. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, there's potential there. There's Kingpin, another huge street boss or street enemy of Daredevil. There's Ghost Rider, which we saw the teaser in I forgot the name of the map, but the one that was released with Angela and Daredevil. There was it was the older version of Ghost Rider. And as we remember from the initial poll, if anybody knows, they did a poll in the beginning of the game when it launched, and they asked which heroes we'd like to see most, and Ghost Rider won with the first place in that poll, which for me is very exciting. Ghost Rider is actually my favorite hero, so I might be a little bit biased. But I am very excited to see these heroes come, because not only are we going to get Deadpool, there's Elsa Bloodstone, which is not as common as others, but think of the others that could be coming. We have Ghost Rider, we have Ant-Man. There's so many different characters in the Marvel universe that could be coming, and I really hope we start to see some villains, which would definitely broaden up the hero roster quite a bit. So I believe that's a very good, strong positive that this game has, and it should definitely continue. Another thing I'd like to cover are new maps. I feel like maps are one of the most important things to this game because it freshens it up. It gets boring going through the same maps over and over and over again, and like that includes Resource Rumble. I don't think anyone loves Resource Rumble. But the Convoy and the Domination maps, if we could get more new ones, that would be great. I understand that during this time they've been working on the 18v18 and then the Jeff's Winter Special, but I feel like that they definitely need to be putting more maps out there. Maps are the main thing that people are going to be playing on. Yes, we do like the 18v18, which was really cool. Not gonna deny it. We do like the Winter Special, but overall, the main things that people are going to be playing on is these maps because they're the main things in competitive and quick play. So if they just keep putting out more maps, that'd be very beneficial. The maps are the most fun things in the game, in my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion on that or have different ideas on what the most fun things are or what they can improve upon, please say it down below. But I definitely think that maps are a strong point in this game, and with that, we definitely should be getting more, especially if they want to keep this game afloat in the upcoming year. Another thing I'd like to mention would be the skins and the currency. These two kind of go together. I feel like they really do well with skins. I feel like they have a broad amount of skins for each hero, and a lot of them are really exceptional, ranging from the legendary character or legendary skins. Couldn't think for a moment. Legendary skins to so much more. They have different sounds, different like the way their costume looks is different. So much to it. So I feel like skins are a strong suit to it. They could definitely do more for some characters that don't get as many, but overall I think that's a very strong point that they have. The currency I think is really fair in the game. Yes, there are some definitely expensive skins, but for me personally, I just get the battle passes, which are what, $10? And then you get a ton of skins within that. Plus you get extra currency to buy more skins. So I just kind of save up that currency and then get the skins that I want, and it works for me. I don't know if you guys prefer differently out there, but I feel like that's a really good route for people to spend the money if they want to get some new stuff without like breaking the bank. So if you guys feel differently on that, let me know down below. Again, I just feel like the way they have it is very fair. If you do want to drop $25 on a skin, you can. Me personally would not want to do that, but I feel like there's definitely other ways for you to save up that currency for people who aren't able to just drop that $25, which is very positive, and I love that the devs do that. They also do free currency all the time, especially this year anniversary event. They did so much free currency for everybody, and I think that really just reflects what the developers are about, and they don't want you to break your bank. They want to be fair and give you guys opportunities, and us as lovers of this game, opportunities to really get those skins if we really would like them. So I feel like that's a very positive point in this game. One more final thing I'd like to talk about is the updates and events that happen in this game. Obviously, we get an update every month, and as well as like in the middle sometimes too for like patches and stuff, but we get updates every month, which brings new content, whether that's heroes, whether it's like a new event, the new PvE mode, which really brought a lot of new players to the game. There's just so much that they really release that is really awesome and unique to Rivals. They really do push out that content. But I will say this, if they were to slow down a little bit on the content for a moment, make some real hero adjustments and fix some problems that they have in the game, I feel like that would be very good for the game as a whole. I'm not saying like a permanent thing where they slow down, but just like take a month or two, handle some of the things that are going on, where it's the matchmaking issues, the power creep issues, maps. Let's get some more maps pumped out. All these things, if they took a little bit of a break, not a long one, but they did that, I think that would be really a good thing for the game. But overall, I feel like all of the events that they continue to do, a lot of people love them. It offers variety. It offers some different things to try out. And that's a really good, strong point for this game as well. So, I think that's really all I have to say. In conclusion, I'd say that this game is in a good place. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There are definitely improvements that need to be made to the game. There's definitely improvements that the developers are aware of, and I feel like that is a strong point because they do listen. We all know that they do listen. They've made a lot of adjustments based off of community communication and like comments and stuff like that. So as long as we keep communicating, they keep listening, and they keep trying to do the right things for this game, I feel like it's going to be a great year for Marvel Rivals. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think down in the comments. I personally am very excited for the upcoming year. I'm very excited for Deadpool. I think he is going to be a blast to play, as well as so many of the other characters that I believe are going to be coming this year, which will be in a separate video. But overall, I think it's in a good spot. It's not perfect, but they need to fix some issues. But once they do, it's just going to keep getting better and better. I feel like this year will be a really good year for Rivals. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. As I said, my goal is 10 likes for this video. Subscribe if you'd like to have updates for this channel. And yeah, just thank you for watching. And again, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best. See you later.
The system is shutting down.